The Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, a search for evidence in the case of a missing 17-year-old.
London Thomas hasn't been seen for nearly 2 weeks, and tonight, police and the feds were searching her boyfriend's home in Inkster. Fox News' Dave Kinchin has more on the investigation.
17-year-old London Thomas missing for almost 2 whole weeks. The feds back out with local police working the scene.
A lot of FBIs. That's about it. A lot of crime scene vans.
The FBI and crime scene investigators suited up and working the Inkster home of the 23-year-old boyfriend of 17-year-old London Thomas Thursday night.
The community has love for everybody in the community. The community just want her to be found safe.
Missing since April 5th, investigators say London was last seen when her sister dropped her off to meet her boyfriend at a house on Carlysle. Terry Johnson is the attorney for the homeowner.
Actually, it's the second search warrant that they've executed. I'm not exactly sure why. My clients have been cooperating, and anything they need, we're here, because our main goal is finding London. You know, that's what everybody wants.
Terror. It's a horrible nightmare.
London's mother checking with investigators constantly for any desperately needed leads.
We don't know what to do.
She says this was the last update she got from detectives.
They raided the house, his house, and that, nothing was found. That was really, truly the last piece of real information I received.
London's father says her cell phone last pinged near Cooper Elementary School in Westland. Numerous groups of volunteers working the fields and nearby neighborhoods along with Hines Park.
It's a community effort at this point, and we're going to continue to search.
The family praying someone will step forward with the break that they need.
Somebody knows something, and they're not saying what it is, and it's going to come out.
If you know anything about this case at all, if you have any information, give police a call right away. There's a $2,500 reward for information that brings this girl home to her family. In Inkster, Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
It's like 5 gunshots in a row, and everybody got up, looked at each other, and just started running.
The son of a sheriff's deputy is accused of using her old service gun to shoot and kill 2 people at Florida State University today. Authorities say the 2 victims are not students. At least 6 others were hurt, 1 critically. Tallahassee police have identified the shooter as 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, who they believe attended FSU. One student says she noticed him waving a rifle around at first, and then he pointed it in her direction.
He shot off towards us and didn't make the shot, and then he turned back into his car and grabbed a pistol, and that's when I watched him shoot the lady in front of him and realized that he was really trying to shoot people.
Police shot the suspect shortly after he opened fire and then took him into custody. Investigators say the suspect's handgun belonged to his mother. It was, as we mentioned, her old service weapon. How he had access to that weapon will be part of this investigation. Police are, though, still searching for a motive.
I came out, I seen a young man running with his hands, and he was taking off, and I just seen the cops coming from everywhere. So it was crazy.
A chaotic morning for Detroit police as a suspect escapes from Detroit Receiving Hospital. Video from above shows a man darting across the street and into a parking lot, trying to get away from officers before they took him down. The suspect was arrested this morning on weapons charges and allegedly assaulted officers while being arrested. While he was at the hospital, police say the suspect was able to escape while still in handcuffs. Police say the suspect is a 22-year-old with an extensive rap sheet. The man accused of shooting a teen with autism after he got lost in Detroit is now charged. Robert Pugh was arraigned this morning. The alleged shooting happened last week on Detroit's east side near Warren and Lenox. Family members say 18-year-old Claude Woosk was mistakenly dropped off in Detroit instead of River Rouge. Prosecutors say the teen took a photo of a home to help family find him, and that's when Pugh allegedly confronted him, told him to run, and shot him several times as the teen fled, striking him in the lower back. Pugh faces several charges, including assault with intent to murder. 911 dispatchers already have a lot of weight on their shoulders, but it can be even more stressful when there's not enough of them on the job.
The Warren Police Department is one of many across the country dealing with a dispatcher shortage. Fox News' Tanisha Cordell takes a closer look at what it takes to become one.
It's a lot of information coming at you.
911, do you have a life and death emergency?
You could take a barking dog phone call and go right to a baby not breathing.
The wait on a dispatcher.
What is he saying to you?
Navigating one emergency
911.
after another.
Speak to the officer on scene.
Is tough, especially here in Warren. This team handling all 911 calls within the city, which, by the way, is the third largest city in the state.
I've got other runs, sir. I gotta hang up. I got another 911 call coming through.
Sometimes it's hard. People think you're being rude by being short on the phone with them, and it's like, we have to get through these calls.
And that's exactly what Laura Myers has done for nearly 24 years.
I went to college, got a degree in public safety. Thought I would, again, be a good stepping stone. Started my own family, so ideas kind of changed.
The mom of 3, now a shift supervisor, hoping to see her team grow. The team in desperate need of about 6 more dispatchers to keep up with demand.
4 years ago, I was one of hundreds that applied, and now it's maybe 5 people every time. It is a nationwide issue. A lot of our neighboring departments are going through the same thing, trying to hire quality applicants. It's hard to hire someone with experience because everyone's trying to do the same thing. And
still, every day, these women and men, the lifeline in a crisis, continue to show up. And this week, each of them reminded of our appreciation for their work and sacrifice.
Definitely a sense of purpose. Every once in a while, I feel like you really feel like you've helped somebody. You're able to really connect with somebody. Really glad to work with some amazing people.
I was told on average the Warren dispatch team answers 300 calls during a 12-hour shift. And right now, of course, with short staff, they're doing multiple jobs in one. So, of course, they definitely need the help. Hey, they're hiring minimum pay starting at more than $56,000 a year. So if you're interested, check out warrenpd.org. We'll also have that link posted on our website, fox2detroit.com. For now, reporting in Warren, I'm Tanisha Cordell on The Edge.
Well, Detroit renters are speaking out over evictions, sudden increases in rent, and being priced out.
And last year, the city voted to form a commission to help reduce evictions. Today, they met for the first time. Fox News' Lauren Edwards reports.
This is serious. People's lives are at stake. People are being displaced, evicted day by day with no support.
Tenants' rights front and center Thursday evening at a packed Joseph Walker Williams Center on the city's west side. Some were airing grievances about experiences they've had with landlords and management companies.
That's not what they say when they get up to city council. We're in the business of supporting seniors. They're in the business of abusing seniors.
It was the first ever meeting of the newly formed Tenants' Rights Commission, a group anchored by Detroit City Council member at large Mary Waters, and their goal to help renters be treated fairly when it comes to eviction cases and landlord disputes.
If you got a landlord or a management company have taken over and done you wrong, we got to come in and talk to not just one person, we got to talk to a good, nice percentage of the people.
Some of the issues discussed: out-of-state management companies, sudden increases in rent, and unexpected changes in management.
Tenants being forced out who may have a lease, maybe on Section 8, they're doing their part, maintaining their apartment or home, but then they're being forced out because a management company comes in and wants that for more money.
Some tenants say when they bring up these issues with their landlords directly, they're retaliated against. Even at the meeting, they didn't want to disclose personal information.
That is true power and protection from these landlords. No one's going to step in and save us but ourselves.
Waters and others took note of their complaints and vowed taking action. Many renters said they were grateful for the help and grateful that the group is giving them a voice.
One person can resolve some issue, but a whole group can resolve a lot.
It was a productive meeting, many of the renters getting a chance to voice their frustrations, and the commission saying that there's going to be further meetings where they can do that as well. And they talked about one of the first things they're going to be coming up with is a renter's bill of rights. Reporting here in Detroit, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
A big bust at the Ambassador Bridge on Tuesday. U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers stopped over 330 pounds of cocaine from heading into Canada. They were being brought over in a semi-truck. Officers found bricks of coke stuffed inside duffel bags and moving boxes. The driver, a citizen of India, is expected to face federal charges.
As Michigan deals with its first measles outbreak since 2019 over on the west side of the state, health officials are continuing to urge people to get vaccinated. In Washtenaw County, Ann Arbor Public Schools says if a case is detected in any school, the district will follow state guidelines. And those guidelines mean unvaccinated students won't be able to go to a class or any school activities for a minimum of 21 days. Symptoms of measles include that rash, white spots in the mouth, and a fever. There have been 7 confirmed measles cases in Michigan so far this year.
All right, let's turn to something more pleasant. The weather, warm temperatures expected tomorrow, but there's a small chance of storms.
So you better get out there, enjoy it, maybe do some yard work, whatever you need to do there, Rich.
That's right, and the pollen is in the air. For those of us who have allergies, you can kind of feel it. We are going to see a chance for storms late Friday night, but here's our next system gathering strength over the western Great Lakes. There is a small band of light showers on the other side of the state. You can see there, close to Battle Creek and Grand Rapids. A lot of this action is going to fizzle before it comes our way. How about some great live shots from Duluth, Minnesota? That's the entrance to the harbor that leads to Lake Superior. Beautiful sight up there. They're dealing with the wet weather in Duluth and chilly at 40 degrees. How about today for us? 60 degrees. It was a cold start to the day at 33. Then we had sunshine this afternoon. Then the clouds rolled in. But all in all, not a bad day. There are your averages, 59 and 40. Sunset is getting later and later, 8:17. Right now, a lot of us still near 50 degrees. So tonight will not be nearly as cold as the last 3 or 4 nights. Right now, 56 in Lansing, 46 in Windsor, 52 up there in Pontiac. The breeze continues from the south and east, but this southerly push is going to warm us up nicely tomorrow. We'll start off near 50 for Friday, but we may get up close to 80 degrees by the end of the afternoon. 58 in Chicago, 59 in Ludington, close to 70 for Springfield, 54 to our south in Cincinnati. It is a complex low pressure area that's going to move through the Great Lakes Friday night into Saturday morning. Most of the energy in terms of storms will pass to our north and south, but there is a chance along that cold frontal boundary we could get a gusty wind out of any storms, but this would be late Friday night. Here's the best chance for severe weather off to our west in the yellow shade, especially for Lansing, Kalamazoo, and Grand Rapids. Around here, perhaps a sprinkle late tonight, down to 49. Tomorrow, breezy and warmer, all the way up to 77. Storm chances increase late Friday night. Saturday, perhaps a leftover shower. Look at Easter Sunday, a bit cooler, but mostly dry. How about a full check group at 4 a.m.?
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Rich.